Bitcoin's up, 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 and then Bitcoin comes down, down, down. What is going on? And is the bull market over? There's so much fear going around right now around Bitcoin's price, and I'm here to tell you it is not over, and I'm going to dispel some of those fears in this video. Okay, last weekend we saw Bitcoin go all the way up, breaking 60,000 US dollars, getting up to $61,800. And that also is an important psychological range because that is over 50,000 euros. And that is a huge movement, especially since we've been trading sideways and kind of all around in the range of, at lowest like 47,000. Then we got over 50. We're really excited, got up, got down. The thing that's really crazy to me is that people are freaking out because it came back down. And the important thing to think is only 2 weeks ago, thinking of Bitcoin being over $50,000, crazy. Over $55,000, crazy. So it's really important to zoom out, pull back a little bit, and really just see how far the coin has come. Now, a lot of people are thinking that this is the end of the bull cycle, which to me is unfathomable, but a lot of people are always waiting for the end of a bull cycle when it's happening because they're like, okay, it dropped 10% in a couple of hours. It dropped this many percent in a couple of days. Who's to say that this isn't the beginning of a multi-year bear cycle where we're going to go down, down, and down, and down? Why not sell your Bitcoin right now to secure the profits before it goes down another 10 and then another 10, and then you're looking back and you could have sold for 50% more profit? Well, there's quite a few things and quite a few reasons why this bull cycle is not over yet. So in addition to not actually being in the timeline of the projected end of this bull cycle, which at the very least is towards the end of April, that's the very earliest, all the way towards the end of the year, depending on what cycle you're looking at, if you're looking at the 4-year cycle or if you're looking at the stock to flow model by Plan B, whatever you're looking at, none of them are predicting that Bitcoin's bull run is going to be over, especially based off of previous bull cycles. It is way too early, and a lot of the indicators are not hot enough for the bull cycle to be over. And when it is, we'll be able to tell, and I'll be the first one to say we should be cautious and we should really be thinking about it. But I think it's way, way, way too early to be trying to bet against the trend, because the trend is your friend until the end. So we just got news that an Israeli company purchased $100 million worth of Bitcoin through the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. $100 million. On top of that, we have another company called the American Home Warranty Institution that's now accepting Bitcoin for purchases of homes and real estates. That is insane adoption. In addition to that, we also have the Soros family as well as Morgan Stanley joining in on a $200 million investment round that was raised by NYDIG, which is a massive investment firm that helps large institutional companies get into Bitcoin. Basically, just do it for them. Buy it, custody it, do all the stuff that a lot of boomers and a lot of companies just don't know how to do, but they do want exposure to Bitcoin. $200 million was raised by them, and those are some big names. Those are basically big names that are putting their reputation behind the fact that they think now Bitcoin is a recognized asset class. It's no longer, cyberpunk money. It's something that should be paid attention to by big institutions. Now, there's about 50 other little stories that I could tell you about, like Michael Saylor purchased another, I think like $15 million in Bitcoin. He's basically doing that every single week. All the other companies are still purchasing up Bitcoin. Grayscale has added to their position over the last 30 days. Tons of different companies are getting into it, but it's not important to go over those little details. More importantly, my point is that small money, small retail buyers might be freaking out and panicking and pooping their pants, but big institutions are buying every single one of these dips. Every time that Bitcoin skyrockets, makes a green candle and makes new all-time highs, you can pretty much guarantee yourself that it's going to pull back. It would be unsustainable if Bitcoin goes up, from $50,000, $55,000 up to $60,000 and then just continues to go to $65,000 and $70,000 without ever pulling back and consolidating for a moment. So the fact that it's pulled back and is trading sideways, or maybe even a little bit farther down, or maybe just slightly upwards, that's actually a really good thing because it gives time for all the indicators to cool off a little bit, and it also gives time for people to basically build a support at these new number levels. For example, we have a huge amount of support at the $47,000, $48,000 coin level because a ton of whales were accumulating Bitcoin at that level, meaning at the very lowest, little correction keeps happening, the lowest it's probably going to go is $47,000, $48,000 because there is a huge amount of accumulation at that zone. And if it gets down there, people are going to be going, ooh, that's some cheap corn. I'm going to buy that Bitcoin up. So my point is just to tell you that this is par for the course. This is normal and it's completely expected. If you're asking me how I feel, I am completely unshaken, unmoved, and I'm not selling any of my Bitcoin yet. We are so early in the cycle and this is just normal stuff. If we are talking about what actually caused the correction, like I said, I think it is just normal market movements, but there are a couple key stories that did kind of add to this, correction and kind of scared maybe newer people. So the first one they have is that an anonymous source who says that they are high ranked in the government in India. They say they have sources, they are well connected. They said that India is banning cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and they are not allowing people to buy, sell, trade, or even possess cryptos, and that law is going to come into effect soon. Now, if you're not familiar with it, India has banned and unbanned Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies hundreds of times. No, literally at least 10 times, but it feels like 1,000 times. It happens all the time. China does this as well, and really it means nothing. But sometimes when they ban it, or you get rumors of it being banned, people freak the F out. And it's nothing to worry about, because even without India, even though it is a massive, nation with a lot of currency, it doesn't really matter. Bitcoin will continue doing its thing. But really, the people of India, even if it got banned, I guarantee you loads of them are just going to use anonymous wallets. But again, this is just one thing. It's a rumor. It's not even a thing that we have, confirmed, and a lot of people got shaken and freaked out here. Now, the other major story that really freaked out a lot of people is that there was a recognized by CryptoQuant, a recognized $1 billion worth of coin move from one wallet to a Gemini wallet. Gemini is a massive cryptocurrency exchange, and basically what this means is that when people see huge whales move crypto onto an exchange, they say, uh-oh, that's a bad sign. That's basically saying that that whale wants to have that coin on the exchange so that they can sell it quickly. When you see outflows of coins coming off the exchange into cold storage wallets, that's generally a bullish thing, because that means that those whales are not planning to sell anytime soon. They're taking the coins off the exchange. You kind of see what's going on here. So when they saw this move, people were freaking out because they're saying that's $1 billion of sell pressure that's about to come in right now. And panic ensues, FUD, people get freaked out. They want to sell their coins before that huge dump happens. Now, really interestingly, this was actually debunked by Glassnode and Willy Woo, basically saying that this movement of 1 billion coins was actually an internal movement of a Gemini wallet to a Gemini wallet. So basically, this is just Gemini rebalancing their wallets, moving funds around inside of the company. It's not actually an external user. It's not a whale putting coins on the exchange to sell them, but nonetheless, people freaked out, and that tied in with the India ban rumors has freaked people out. Those are probably the most likely reasons that Bitcoin dumped, as well as just generally Bitcoin likes to correct after hitting new all-time highs. Again, nothing to worry about. Now, one last piece of really funny news, because sometimes I just feel like we're in a simulation because of how goofy the news can be. The SEC filing from Tesla revealed that Tesla is renaming the positions for Elon Musk and I forget the guy's name, but the guy who is the chief financial officer of the company. And Elon's new position will be called the Techno King, seriously. And the chief financial officer's new position in the company will be Master of Coin. You can't make this up. We live in a simulation. Elon Musk, Techno King, the CFO will now be known as the Master of Coin. This is not really bullish news, it's just funny news. Like, this is such a massive mega cap company. Tesla's huge, it has so much attention, and now you have the owner of Tesla renaming positions in the company such as Master of Coin. If that's not a sign that at least Elon is very excited and bullish about cryptocurrencies, I don't know what is. It's like, how much backlash is he going to get from that? And yet he doesn't care at all. It's crazy. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think we are going to be seeing some massive adoption in institutions. I think there are already a lot of institutions who are basically accumulating, and every time we get a dip, they're accumulating. Every time we got down below to 47, 48, they were accumulating. They're probably still accumulating. Michael Saylor's accumulating. I think people are purchasing their coins, but imagine that you're a company and you want to buy 1 to 5% of your total company's asset sheets in Bitcoin. You're not going to announce it until that purchase has been finished, right? So imagine that you have $250 million that you need to buy Bitcoin with. It's not going to be quick, because if you buy that in one day, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up and you're going to get less Bitcoin for your dollar. The important thing is that they buy slowly. They wait for the dips to buy more so that they can get it for a nice cheaper price. And in my opinion, over the course of the next month or two, I think in mid-April to late April, we are going to see a lot more companies. Like I said in this video, even we saw a couple of accumulations of $100 million or $200 million. We're going to see a lot more companies doing that same thing. They're going to be saying, hey, we finished our purchase. Our average price was $52,000 and we purchased 1,600 coins or whatever it is. And the reason why is because it's pretty much ridiculous to not own any Bitcoin at all, to not have exposure to the asset that's outperformed every other asset in history. And now that you have other companies doing it, and now that you have other countries even doing it, it basically puts you at a disadvantage to not have any exposure. And eventually, as this new asset class matures, and as younger people become older, and as older people die off, it will literally become so accepted. It'll be just something that is so normal. It'll be passé. People won't be saying, is it an asset? Should we have some? It will be, why don't we have some? And then the people are holding stocks. The people who these companies have fiduciary duty to represent and to perform well to are going to be saying, how come our company doesn't hold some Bitcoin? Because every other S&P company has Bitcoin, or at least the ones that do have Bitcoin have outperformed us because that Bitcoin has done so well. And in my opinion, that is extremely bullish, along with all the other bullish news that we have. So anyways, I just want to bring this episode to you very quickly, just basically dispel all the FUD, just let you know that things go up, things go down. It's actually a really good thing because it lets this bull run go longer. We do not want to go too parabolic too shortly, because that is where you are going to recognize the blow off top, as it is called. When you see Bitcoin jumping $10,000 every day, that is where we're going to go, ooh, it's time to take profits off the table, because these price movements are exciting, but they're unsustainable. We're building a house of cards. What we're doing right now, building levels, coming down, accumulating for a couple weeks, going sideways, building more levels. And these levels of support are really strong foundations for a much bigger house, not made of cards, but made of strong rebar and concrete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to get a free $250 bonus of Bitcoin, you can open an account on BlockFi and you can put your Bitcoin on there and basically earn savings on the Bitcoin that you're already holding, up to, I believe, 7 or 8%. It's what I do as well. And if you haven't bought any cryptocurrencies yet and you're interested, you can check out my Coinbase link in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. None of this is financial advice, and I will see you, bad boys and girls, in the next video.